Hey guys. All right. So anyone who clicked on this video, I assume I assume we all have the mindset where if we had to pick and choose how we make our income, we would all say we want to have our own thing. We want to be able to call the shots. We want to be able to be our own boss, have control over our time, whatever your personal goals are. But I think it all comes down to a common ground where we all just want our own business that generates income, right? But for a lot of people that are starting from scratch, you do have the same mindset as everybody else. You want your own thing, but you're kind of still lost. You don't really kind of know yourself yet. You don't really know your passions and interests and things like that to be able to pull something like this off, right? So what's next? What's next after that? For most people, it would be to apply to jobs and to just say, okay, well, even though I don't necessarily want a job, I'll get a job until I figure out what I really want to do, what my real purpose is in life, or what I really can do to make it on my own without a job. And I know a lot of people, like, we're in a period of time right now where there's like a sense of no hope. Like, there's no hope, because even when you go to apply for jobs, most jobs aren't hiring. Most jobs you apply for aren't hiring. So it puts you in a position where you have more self-doubt and things like that, things of that nature. So, but I could tell you, I could only speak for what my mindset was. Like, I was the same way. Like, I want nothing more than to have my own. If you watch my channel from the very beginning, like, I always had that type of spirit in me to get income in any means, way, shape, or form. And I would even do I would even do things in the past that was illegal, right? And but I've changed my mindset as I get older, because nobody wants to be pushing 30, pushing 40, kind of still in the street, still just out there doing a lot of stuff. You don't want to be pushing 30 doing that. So I mean, at least that was my mindset. So that's why I kind of shifted a little bit. But long story short, like, I work a job. It's not my ideal situation. I don't say to myself, like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Because I know I dropped a lot of videos where I was kind of portraying that, this is the only way to make money. This is the only way to kind of make it in life, to kind of survive. But like, I believe, it's a means to an end. Like, there's a lot of people, like, I know people who have their own thing going and people who have figured it out. There's a lot of people that are so quick to down a job, to kind of talk down on people who work 9 to 5s and stuff like that, But I don't think it's right. Like, one thing about me, I don't knock anyone's hustle. Like, I don't even care if, like, you out on the streets, whatever you're doing. Like, that's one thing I try not to knock anyone's hustle. Like, for an example, like, people who are at jobs, and then they're talking with their coworkers, and they say little under comments like, oh, well, I can't believe so and so is 40 plus, pushing 50, working at a job like this, because if it were me, I would not be working at a job like this at that old age. And I'm just thinking, like, one thing I also say is you never know people's story. You never know people's background, what they've been through. Like, that's why it's like not good to talk down on anybody, because it's like you really don't know their life circumstances and how they ended up to where they are today. So that being said, like, my mindset was like, until I figure out what I really want to do, and it's never too late. It's never too late. As long as you wake up every day, as long as you are alive, you can switch the narrative. You could kind of change it around. Like, and all that matters is that you tried. Like, cause I don't want to get to the end of life and feel like I didn't even try. Like, that's when I would have regrets. So like, if I say to myself, okay, I'm going to try and put effort in, you know, early on or whatever, then when I get into my older years and it still didn't work out, or whatever I tried didn't work out, I could say to myself that I tried with the best of my mental capacity, you know, to get it done. If it didn't work out, then it didn't work out. But I tried, you know, to some extent. I stayed consistent, or just whatever my capacity allowed me to do, I tried. And, you know, like, it's a never ending thing. Like, just because it doesn't work out in a few months, if it doesn't work out in a year, if it doesn't work out 5 years, like, you gotta wake up every day and just give it another shot. Give it another shot. And then eventually, you never know where life can bring you. Like, seriously, like, you will wake up one day after your hard work, you know, that you did for this long, even if you tried to do trial and error and try different things, eventually something may pop off. Like, so I always like to keep that mindset. And like, no matter what, if you're starting from scratch, like, you must, everyone, not even, let's not just limit it to you, everyone must get income one way or another. And the reason I say that is because a lot of people, there's a lot of young people out there too, that they say to themselves, okay, well, they know they don't want to work a job. They know for a fact they don't want to work a job, but they not quite sure of what they want to do as an alternative. So since they don't know what to do as an alternative, they'll be quick to say, well, then I just will stay unemployed and I won't work a job at all. Like, I'm gonna just do nothing. And like, it's okay. Like, it's just you won't really get income like you want. So I'm saying, like, and then you be surprised, like, the new things you learn along the way. So even if something you might take up, that may not be the thing you want to be doing the rest of your life, but you might learn things along the way that kind of, it gives you new ideas, and then maybe you could try new things after you just take action initially. That's just how I look at life. Like, you know, like, but I don't just, like, I know a lot on this channel I've talked about job this, job that, but it's not the final destination. I don't want you guys to think that I'm saying to you guys that, like, my mindset is that a job is the final destination. It's definitely not. Like, it's never over. It's never, you know, it's never too late to start something new and get the ball rolling in your own business, start an LLC, whatever you want to do. But I feel like until you figure it out, it's nothing wrong with having a job. It's absolutely nothing wrong with having a job. And like I said, shout out to everybody who figured it out. And because there's some people out there, they were born with a passion. They were born with a natural God-given skill that they were able to monetize quickly, like when they got older, and good for them. But not everybody has that. Not everybody is fortunate to have that. So it can be developed, but it takes time. So until, in the meantime, I feel as though there's nothing wrong with having a job if that's your lane, you know, things of that nature. Like, I've never been one to talk down on a job, because another thing, like, even back when I was hustling, like, it was people with jobs that used to support what I had going on. So like, I could never, like, talk down on a job in that way, because I used to really look at life that way. I used to be like, you know, even though, like, none of us want to work a job ever, like, I used to have the mindset, yeah, but it's people with jobs that keep the economy going. That it's people that have jobs that support McDonald's. They buy food from McDonald's. They get their car washed. They pay, you know, they keep the economy flowing. So there's no way anyone could really, the same people that kind of are quick to say, oh, he got a job, like, you know, he got a job. Those are the same people that probably most of the people that are supporting them and getting them rich have jobs. So, if you look at it that way, that's how I kind of see it. Like nobody should really kind of down anybody else's kind of way of life, that, you know. But let me know if you like the video. Please comment, share, whatever you need to do. Please subscribe to the channel. And I just want to, like, if I could spark some ideas in you guys, that'll be great. Whoever came to this video, thank you for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video.